Hey there and welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and in today's video we're doing a product review of the Opteka 650 to 1300 millimeter Super Telephoto Lens. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's get to it. So as I said, today we're talking about the Opteka 650 to 1300 millimeter Super Telephoto Lens. So for those of you who are subscribers know that I have been upgrading over the past year plus to be able to improve the quality of content here on this channel and across my other channels. And this includes being able to take high quality photos to share here on the channel, give some product reviews like on this particular camera lens. Now, I have a Sony a6100 mirrorless E-mount camera, and this lens is just one of the many different lenses that is available through Opteka. This lens is affordable compared to some of the other lenses out there directly from Sony and other brands. When it comes to the zoom level, this is by far more affordable than any other lens out there with the same zoom length. This Opteka lens is 650 millimeters to 1300 millimeters, and it comes with a 2x coupler for an additional zoom set. So we'll say, for instance, if you have your Opteka at the 1300 millimeter range, you add in that coupler and it brings it from 1300 to 2600 millimeters. Now, to get something like this from a Sony lens or Sigma lens or any other brand, you're looking at spending anywhere between $1,000 and $5,000 to have something even remotely close to these zoom lengths. So that is why I purchased the Opteka, is because it is affordable and it gives you the ability to not only do the 650 to 1300, but with the additional coupler you can go from 650 up to 2600. Now, when it comes to this lens, this is something that you mount directly to a tripod. You do not mount the camera on the tripod and then mount your lens to it. This is designed for you to be able to mount the lens onto the tripod mount, and then your camera will be secured to that lens and be able to move. These lenses are heavy. This lens is not specifically designed for a beginner. However, even a beginner who has the patience to work with this lens can use it. It is entirely manual. There is not a single automatic feature built into this lens. So if you're somebody who is new to photography or video, this is something that is going to take you time to learn. This lens is completely manual. Manual focus, manual zoom. You're going to have to figure out the best aperture to set it to your ISO. Everything is manual, so you can't rely on your camera to do automatic adjustments for you. With that being said, this is something that you are going to want to have a remote for, whether you have a wireless remote for your camera or a wired remote. I myself recommend a wireless remote. That way you don't have the cord attached to your camera and have any kind of jarring at all. This camera setup with one of these lenses is very, very finicky. The slightest little vibration, whether it's wind, whether it's you touching the shutter on your camera, whether you're real close to your camera and you happen to bump the tripod leg, anything, and I mean anything, for any kind of movement or vibration to that lens is going to cause it to shake and make your images blurred or out of focus, or entirely move your lens to the point to where you're not going to get the shot you want. So that is one slight downfall, but that is one of the downsides to photography in general when it comes to big super telephoto lenses like this one, and in general when it comes to manual lenses. You have to be very steady-handed and or have not only a steady hand but a steady surface to have your tripod on. Now when it comes to the quality of the images, it is not the highest quality. It is high definition, but it is not like perfect high definition. We'll say, for instance, if you were to compare the Opteka to the Sigma that I'm using right now, you can see me clearly. You can see my background clearly. Now, when it comes to the Opteka versus the lens that you're looking at right now, it is not going to be as crisp and clear. It is going to have softer edges. It is going to be slightly lower quality, but that is because of the glass that is used for that lens compared to the other companies. As I said, one of these lenses for Opteka is way more affordable than spending anywhere between $1,000 and $5,000 or more for a super telephoto lens from Sony or any other brand. And that's why you have that slight loss of quality. It is not as high quality as one of the brand names, but you get what you pay for. And if you're willing to take the time to practice and learn how to use the lens, it will do the job that you're looking for. Now, it may not be the absolute 100% best high quality photos that you want, but they will be fairly good photos. Myself, I wanted it to be able to take pictures of the moon. And instead of using my Sigma lens or my Sony 55-210, I got the Opteka for that primary purpose. But of course I can use it for any other purpose where I need a super telephoto lens or a telephoto lens to reach further than what my 55-210 does. So it's entirely up to you on what you use when it comes to your tripod and shutter trigger. But myself, I recommend a sturdy tripod, something that is going to be able to hold up to some weight and have some flat footing, as well as a wireless remote control for your camera. The more that you can take out of the factors of movement, either on your tripod or from your hand touching the shutter release button, the better. I also recommend that if you are going to use this, that you set it up to be able to take multiple pictures with a single click. That way, if by chance you have a gust of wind come through or anything like that, you take the continuous shots, whether you have it set for 3, 4, 20, however many you want to take. You take the multiple pictures and then filter through those when you're done taking pictures to get the best one out of them. If I was to give this lens a rating between 1 and 5 stars, or 1 to 10, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 or a 9 out of 10. And I'm not by any means a professional photographer. I am a intermediate content creator when it comes to photography. I'm not a beginner, but I'm not a professional, so I consider myself intermediate. And this camera with this lens works just fine for what I use it for. Now, when it comes to the price range and capability, it's not bad. Affordable compared to many of the other brands that are out there. I don't know about you, but don't want to sit and wait for months and months and months to save up the money to buy a brand name lens from Sony or any other brand where it's going to cost me $1,000 or more. The link is in the description below so you can see the exact lens that I purchased so you can make your own decision. It's affordable, it's good quality, and it's not hard to figure out even if you are a beginner. So that's why I give it a 4.5 out of 5 or a 9 out of 10. Is this a recommended lens for a beginner to make it the absolutely easiest on you for photography? No, not really. This is something you are going to have to spend some time on. As I said, good quality tripod and a remote. The more you can limit the possibility of shaking or bumping, any vibration to that lens, the better. It will take you some time to get used to zooming in and zooming out, adjusting focus, and so on. But if you have the time and patience to work with this lens, it is by far easier to work with something that is affordable like this compared to waiting months and saving and buying one that is 10 times the price or more. So I hope you found today's video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, by all means, please feel free to drop them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. And if you're interested in more product reviews, you can check out one of these videos over here, as I'm sure one of them may interest you as well. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you have a great day or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and we'll see you in the next episode.